What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for another Iconic Masters draft. Pack is pretty cool. There is a Hellkite in there. I'm probably gonna pick that. It's pretty sweet. Ramping or just, yeah, I mean, getting up to 8 mana in this set is not hard, and the card is obviously very strong. Also, Dragon is a pretty sweet archetype. Not necessarily the strongest or the most reliable, but very funny, I think. Swift Spear, pretty great if you're, blue-red aggro prowess. I found out that Pyromancer is pretty bad in this set. I don't think the card is very good. Claustrophobia is always decent removal. Bounce lands are good. But yeah, we'll pick Hellkite and see if maybe we can wheel that Furnace Whelp in case we go dragons, I guess. Alright, Callaghan's Monument is one of the best pieces of acceleration for the dragon deck. Like, the 6 mana ability is like super relevant. Like, 4/4 fly is nothing to laugh about. I like the card a lot. Pretty happy to see that being passed to us. Again, Pyromancer, I haven't been too impressed by the card in this set. It feels kind of slow and clunky, and there's like not that many good one-toughness creature to kill. Unlike the Scorpion, the 2/3 for 4 in black that kills a creature with power 1 or less actually kills a lot of things, because there's a decent amount of 1/2s, Marauder, Kiln Fiend, a lot of prowess creatures, a couple unleashed creatures, and then pretty much all the walls, and there's this amount of walls in this set. So Scorpion I think is very good, quite maintainable, but Pyromancer I haven't found the card to be really good in this set. Another Claustrophobia, I guess, but yeah, we'll definitely pick the Monument. So what I like to do when I'm playing the Dragon deck is focus on getting a lot of 2 and 3 mana artifact, ramp, mana rocks, because you want to cast big spells, so you kind of need these. And then you just get big dragons, basically. Ideally, you get 1 or 2 Bladewing the Reason, gives you pretty much a good amount of resiliency, I guess you can say. Maybe it's not the right word. Good amount of staying power, I would say, in the late game. Like if they just have 1 or 2 revolt, they are not going to beat you. Whereas if you just cast 2 dragons, like you go Scion of Ugin and another dragon and just kill both, and you don't have anything left, it's not that good. But the card advantage Bladewing provides is pretty important to this deck. Anyway, I think it's either Furnace Whelp or Thrill Kill Assassin. Assassin is pretty good. I've been pretty happy with that card. I think I'll pick the Whelp though. Honestly, mostly because of Signals. I don't want to be passing a bunch of dragons, even though that card is not that great. That being said, I've killed people with that. Like the Fire Breathing ability is quite relevant. The card is overall, I think, solid, and becomes much better if you have some dragon synergies, obviously. Distortion Strike's very good in this set. I love it. One of the best uncommon, I think, with Kiln Fiend in the blue-red deck. We'll just be Creature. Good black-red card. You can only be black-red if you are playing Dragon. I could pick Strike and choose to go blue-red instead, but I don't think these cards are very good in blue-red, except for Whelp maybe. And even though it might sound like I'm forcing it, I don't think we're forcing it super hard, and Dragon is just sweet. I kind of want to be doing that. But hopefully it's going to be up on enough where it's not going to be a problem. Okay, 5th pick Jin. We'll just pick Scion of Ugin, which is weaker, but not insanely weaker, and, castable on color and on theme. Though so far, I'm not going to lie, it doesn't seem like, Dragon is especially open. But we'll see. Okay, Sarcompas, great. Again, you really want those 2 mana rocks, and it's one of the better one with Mind Stone. Scorpion, very maintainable. I would not mind playing that. I haven't been too impressed with Oracle. Especially in the Dragon deck, you kind of want your 7, 6, and 8 drop to be dragons, basically, but yeah. Sarcompas, pretty good. There's a 7th pick Malfegor. And I have no idea what... Yeah, I have no idea. This might be one of the best rare in the set. That card is completely insane. It's double black, double red, it's committing to dragon, but like dragon is decent archetype and that card is insane. Like last time we got it, I got it 6 pick and I still don't understand why people are not picking it. Like it's so far each time I've cast the card or it's been cast against me in this set, it was, you know, win the game. Like literally win the game. It's not even if you have a revol or whatever, it's just it just wins the game. Card is completely busted. Still a whelp and a dragon egg in the pack, so now I'm feeling a little bit more confident about dragon being possibly open. Yeah, I don't really understand. That card is the complete nut. You basically discard your hand and they sack a creature for each card discarded this way. So at some point you're just gonna wrath their board by discarding a couple lands you don't need. Yeah, the card is completely busted. I don't really get it. I mean, I understand it's double colored, double red, double black, but still. Oh well, it's cool. So, fixing or whelp. I actually think we'll get enough whelp if we want some. Like the first one we up and wheeled, there was another one, we could get some more in the other boosters. Whereas a nice piece of fixing is a little bit harder to get. Obviously this is weaker than just black-red bounce land. The Carnarium, I'd rather have that, but Graven Cairn's still pretty nice, helps with Fire Breathing, Malfigor maybe, and whatnot. I don't think we need that. We might not even play the first one. Hopefully we just get better dragons. Fury Charm is decent, good against artifacts. I think it's actually a better sideboard option than Pyromancer in this set, so I'll pick that over the Pyro. Because I believe both are sideboard option, and this one's better. I'd rather not play Fountain unless I have good synergies with it. Extract is not the worst if we don't have better reinvol early on. But again, mostly a sideboard option. Yeah, I just don't understand people. This weird. I think it's among the best common is that. We'll just pass it. We are not in that. Might as well pass it. I don't think we'll play Hellbird here, but or Mark. But let's get the cards in our color. Yeah, the card pretty much reads, if it resolves, you win the game. Like, worst case scenario, like, it's really the worst of the worst of the worst case scenario, it's a 6/6 fly for 6. So, yeah. But I guess I understand people don't want to commit. Maybe they feel like Dragon is not stable or not good or I don't know what, but I think Dragon's actually rather solid. I had a decent amount of 3-0s with Dragon. And Dragon's actually the archetype I've had the most success with, I think. So yeah. I don't really know. I don't think it's a top tier archetype, but I think it's very often more open than it should be, and hence you end up with a very good deck. Stagger Shock's good. Mind Stone is the other option, I think. I'll pick the Stagger Shock, but hopefully we end up with enough ramp. Stagger Shock's pretty unique and pretty strong though. Draconic Roar, I think, of our Dragonlord Servant. This is never gonna wheel, this should not wheel at least, this might wheel. And right now we don't have a ton of revol, so it's looking pretty appealing. Doomblade is amazing. One of the best revol in the set. Agduck would be good. Dragon is obviously very nice, especially since again you want all these artifact ramp anyways, so you will have some artifact. And you know, even a 4/4 fly for 5 is good already. Star Compass would be good. If we could wheel one of these two, I'd be thrilled, but I'm not sure it's gonna happen. Or the Agduck, but it's even less likely, I think. Ooh, Noxious Dragon, Grizzly Spectacle. I think Spectacle's actually a better option. I think Noxious Dragon is not a huge upgrade over Sign of Ugin. It's an upgrade for sure, but it's not huge. Whereas Spectacle is just amazing, and yeah, I'd just rather have a Spectacle than one of my Scion being a Noxious Dragon. A Crucible of Fire, probably gonna wheel. I've actually played that card each time I was playing Dragon and I got it passed to me. It's pretty good with Whelps, solid with Dragon Egg. It's kind of an overkill, you will say, because, you know, dragons are already huge, but I found the card to be solid. I think it's gonna wheel though, so I'm gonna pick the Spectacle. And yeah, Dragon looking wide open, and deck is shaping up really nice. With 2 Spectacle, Doomblade, a Stagger Shackle, Roar, I don't think we need more Invol actually. And Hellkite, I guess, and Malfigor. So now we can just focus on getting all the cheap ramp, which is going to be very important. A couple ways to avoid flood and getting card advantage would be nice. Like, well, I'm thinking about Bladewing the Reason, which is card advantage, but also simply about cards like Tormenting Voice. 2 mana, discard a card, draw 2 cards. This card I think is pretty good in Dragons just because you're playing a lot of ramp, you still want enough lands to hit your land drop because you need to cast those dragons as soon as possible. So you often end up with like maybe 5-ish, you know, mana rock plus 17, 16 land, and you want to make sure you don't flood, at which point the Tormenting Voice is pretty nice. Alright, Bladewing's great, exactly what we need and want and we're asking for. And yeah, I guess our late game's already looking good. I don't think we need a lot more fat. Our early game is great. Just need the ramp and we should be good. Now we have a pretty interesting pick. So we have Mannequin, which is one of the fairly late channel, by the way. But yeah, whatever. Mannequin, which is one of the worst mana ramp spell just because it's a creature and not a creature that can block well. So it's just, you know, kind of like a Mana Stone, except it's susceptible to Removal. Not ideal. Or a Pillar of Flame, which we could use. I think I'll pick the Pillar and hope for better ramp, but if we don't end up with enough ramp, I might regret that pick later. Okay, we'll pick the Whelp, I guess, here. Alright. Pretty happy I picked the Cairns over a Whelp, because I don't think we'll play more than 3 Whelps. And yeah, Griven Current's definitely an upgrade here. Since we have a lot of 4, I don't think we'll main deck Scorpion, but I think it's main deckable. I'm gonna be pretty happy to add it to my side. But yeah, not a main deck card here. And at this point we are probably playing Crucible of Fire if we will it, which I think we should. Like, we got a 7-speak Malfigor. I cannot imagine someone playing Dragon at the table. And you need to be black-red to use a Crucible. Crucible's not going to be good otherwise. Alright, Dragon Lord Servant looking decent. Again, I'd rather have some mana rocks, but pick that. I've been pretty pleased with Wrench Mine, by the way. We'll just pick the Ram spell though. White of Precinct 6, also another card that impressed me a lot. Not really good here, but this card has impressed me a lot. It's such a good combo with Spectacle. Like, you don't need to be a dedicated meal deck. If you just Spectacle something and play that, it's going to be something like at least a 4/4 easily, so pretty impressive. I think it was the pack with the Crucible. Someone took it, so someone counter drafted, I guess. Interesting. Kind of obnoxious because I think no one has any reason to pick that card. And it's a leak, so there's no reason to counter draft. It's not even that strong. I'll pick the Magus actually. Oh no, it was here. Never mind. So now I kind of wish I had taken the Dragon Egg. I feel like we'll get some more Dragon Eggs though if we want to. And Magus of the Moon actually pretty good sideboard option against a deck with bounce land, a bunch of bounce lands. And right now we don't have any bounce lands ourselves, so yeah, it could be good. But maybe I should have just picked the Dragon Egg. Dragon Egg, if you don't have Crucible and you don't have Dragon Synergies, is kind of a medium card though. So, very interesting pick. We really want that Monument, but Charm Breaker Devils, despite not being a dragon, is just an insanely powerful card. Pretty much wins the game if you have a Spectacle or Doomblade in the yard. I don't think we can pass it. I don't think this is gonna wheel. It might, but I have doubts because it's still a colorless ramp spell for, or you know, if you're playing red or black, it's still a decent ramp spell. So I'm kind of sad to pass a monument, but Devil's just the complete nut. I think we can use a second roar. Definitely not going to pick Sign of Ugin. We could pick Boros Garizen, I guess. I could imagine Garizen being better than Roar. We already have one Roar, a Pillar of Flame. Yeah, I actually like that. Bounce lands are just very good. Alright, so this should wheel. Tormenting Voice would also be a nice card to wheel. We have a choice between Hoarding Dragon and Mind Stone. This is probably not gonna wheel, this is not gonna wheel either. Sphinx is pretty sweet. Basically you get a 5, 6 for 7 that gives you a Fact of Fiction. So reveal top 5 card, the opponent separate in 2 piles, and you choose one. Very, very strong card. I think Mind Stone's more important than Hoarding Dragon, so we'll just pick that. But it kind of saddens me to pass a Hoarding Dragon. Guardian Idol more important than Dragon Egg. I think it's a lot less close than it was with the Hoarding Dragon. So okay, well we got we got 2 good mana rocks in a row, which is nice. These are crucial because your game plan is really to skip the 3, 4, 5 nonsense and just bury them with insanely powerful 6 and 7 drops. It's gonna be another Guardian Idol of another Pillar Flame. Rager would be decent too. Again, I think the ramp is just super important. Now I'm feeling good about our ramp, and I wasn't before. So Ringvol's good, ramp is good. We could use a 5-drop dragon, would be good. Maybe some dragon eggs if we want to play Crucible of Fire. Obviously a Bladewing of Thrall, which is a 3-3 or a 3-2, I don't remember. I think it's a 3-3 for 4. If you control a dragon, it gets flying, and when you play a dragon, you can bring it back from the graveyard onto the battlefield. Card is pretty sick. Another Bladewing, sure. I think we have enough ramp where we can pick second Bladewing over more ramp, basically. Cool. Yeah, late game's perfect. I would just be, you know, for this to be the perfect dragon deck, or at least what's the perfect dragon deck in my mind, I would be happy to cut Scion of Ugin. Oh, and get a monument. And we got a monument. Get a second monument, cut Scion of Ugin, and add a 5-drop dragon instead of Scion of Ugin. But otherwise, the deck is just looking gorgeous. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that over Rager. Cool, another bounce land. Definitely don't mind that. Alright, deck is looking just... Oh, a 3rd monument wheel, that's insane. Yeah, it's just insane. And you know, this is a 4/4 fly. Like, you're not just gonna flood with these. And Guardian Idol's also Relevant Body, Mind Stone Cycle. So even though we might be missing a Tormenting Voice, which we might wheel, I think it was in the next booster, this is not just gonna let you flood out and do nothing. Okay, I don't think we'll play that one, but... Oh, the Dragon Will, that's amazing. Alright, yeah, probably the best dragon deck I've ever got so far. Ever gotten. Crucible of Fire is questionable. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 dragons plus the monument. It's pretty cool. It feels a little bit unnecessary. Card is strong though. Right now we have too many playballs. We have 26. Dragon Egg. If anything, it's gonna be a decent cyber option against aggressive deck that fights on the ground. I think we can cut a Scion actually. Yeah, 26. We probably play 16 land with 2 bounce lands and all the mana ramp we have. I don't think we can go down to 15, but 16 for sure. So we need to cut 2 cards basically. The Dragon Lord Servant, I could imagine cutting that one. I think we have enough 2-drops, and I think the mana rocks are just better than that. Then I kinda wanna keep Dragon Egg and Crucible, but maybe I should just cut one of these. Newt is decent about option against aggro. By the way, I know Bladewing is legendary, but the reasoning is if you have that on the battlefield, you probably win, so it's not really a big deal. Damn. What to cut? Maybe we cut 1 Whelp. I mean, having a decimal of Whelps is the main reason where, you know, Crucible of Fire becomes good though, so... By the way, sorry about the slurping sounds maybe you might hear. I'm just drinking some tea. I know, I've heard on stream it bother people, the kind of mouth sounds. And I mean, it is what it is. At some point I might have a different microphone where you only hear my voice, but right now I have a microphone that's pretty close to my mouth, and yeah, sorry if you're a little bit bothered about the noises, but again, it is what it is right now, and it's gonna stay that way for a little bit. Anyway, one last card needs to be cut. Damn. The right choice might be Crucible, but I just cannot do it. This deck is gorgeous. I think we'll just go for the good old 41, which is something I never do almost, and something you should probably not do. It's always right to play the minimum, almost always right to play the minimum amount of cards you can, whether limited or constricted, but I think here I just cannot bring myself to cut anything. So I think we go 6/6, which with the bounce land... Oh, actually we need more. Maybe 7/6, which with the bounce land and the Graven Cairns gives us an 8/9 mana base basically, which I think is pretty much what we want. Still need enough black for the spectacles. I guess we have 3 monuments. I don't think the mana should be an issue here, and we'll just jam that. Good old 41. Again, should probably not do that, but I can't really bring myself to cut anything. I could see cutting Pillar of Flame actually, but we'll just do that. And yeah, I guess 41 has the advantage of being kind of, if you think about it, it's a little bit more, since we have 1 more spell, it could be like a, you know, 15.7th land deck, we'll say. I haven't done the math or anything, but it's like, it's a little bit less than 16 out of 40, and it's kind of where we want to be, because I think 15 is a bit too low and 16 is good but might be a little bit too much with all the mana sources, so there is that. It's not really a consideration. I think all in all you should just play 40, but anyway, this is what we got. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you for round 1.